Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
The Anunnaki created us by combining their DNA with the primate race. Do you know how the Draconians created the primates?
Okay, let's that is what history has told us by altering the primates. There were other races, species of human here already. Now, yes, there were altercations. It wasn't just to the primates, but it was also to the humans that were here, that were left behind. Human existence, human civilization, humanity, which encompasses many different civilizations and many different races that may or may not look like each other, but are nonetheless human, have existed on Earth for over 22 million years at one period or another. Okay? Now, the Anunnaki's history here goes back roughly 470,000 years. There were other civilizations and races here prior to that. Earth was an outpost. So, there is no short answer to that. And as far as the Draconians, where we value money on this planet, other races value life, DNA, the ability to create life, to alter life, to manipulate life, to create something that wasn't anywhere before. That's their wealth. We see a lot of that tinkering beginning to go on now, at least publicly they're talking about it. You know, splicing DNA and creating clones, growing body parts. There is a place for some of that. If it's here and being used with absolute integrity. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because there is a very, very dark element that's been here for thousands of years, that is all about creating pain and hurt and power for themselves. And that also is a very complicated answer that 7 minutes I couldn't do any justice. But the Anunnaki, their civilization's been around a very, very long time. Even though their interaction with Earth is limited to less than half a million years. The Draconian race has been around for millions of years. It came from other parts of our universe. And I've already shared in previous notes that no one in our galaxy actually knows for sure where they came from. But they had a great deal of technology already, and their philosophical and technological beliefs were fully formed when they were brought here. So they came with a great deal of technology and knowledge about how to manipulate life forms, DNA, genetics. The Anunnaki, like all the other civilizations, have learned through trial and error. Okay, so just like we learn by trial and error. The idea is not to get into something, into a specific technology where it puts you in over your head, that you never just leap into using or developing a technology that will in the end control you, like AI for an example. That's something where we could absolutely get ourselves into a whole lot of trouble because we don't really truly understand it. And to truly understand it, you have to absolutely think holographically. And we don't. Some of us do, but not a majority of us. So, and the more we connect with our higher selves and our higher bodies in 4, 5, 6, 7 density, we begin to draw that holographic information and template down to us here. Because when you can see something holographically, you see it all. You not only see what it is, but you see the probabilities that surround it in every decision that you make, which eliminates 90% of all the bad choices, you see. And that would be a really good thing, for all of us to be able to eliminate 90% of all the bad choices and when we make a decision. And generally those choices come about because of information we don't have, that we can't add to the equation because we don't know they exist. So, that's the benefit of seeing things holographically.
Do you see digital cryptocurrencies being our new financial system? Trump mentioned this in the G20 meeting.
I see it as a potential piece. I do see the blockchain working because that has been merged with the new quantum financial system. That's the next major shoe to drop here very soon will be the new financial system and the forgiveness of debt, a jubilee, a global jubilee. They're being very, very they're holding their cards real close. There's a lot of things going on. I know there's a lot of money moving. But at this point, that's all I can say. Frankly, I will tell you, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I am. I'm seriously don't know why it hasn't happened yet. But I know they only have one shot to get this right and to lock out all the some bitches. Okay? So they're going to do it right. They will. They'll do it right. And, I mean, humanity has no idea. Most of us, 98% of us, have no idea how to live with no debt. Living our lives chasing Peter to pay Paul. None of us know how to do that. So I'm looking forward to that experience. I can't tell you. I can square some things that I need to take care of, and people I need to take care of. So we'll see. That's all I've got on that. Do I think cryptocurrencies is the way to go? Maybe in the far future, that might be something that becomes more prominent in the forefront. But the cryptocurrencies is a system that was used for the space fleet. That was the system that they came up with in order to pay these people that were all involved in the system. Okay? And there were certain ways to convert that to cash for the crews that worked on the ground here. So more of that will be coming out. A lot of that is still extremely classified, but some of it'll be coming out at some point. I'm enjoying my freedom, so that's all I'm going to say about it. I've given you a lot already, but change is good. The changes that are coming are good. It's going to cause us to stretch within ourselves. It's going to cause us to stretch our belief systems, to reevaluate all of our belief systems. I think this is fabulous for all of us to do. Because in doing all those things, you reset yourself about how you feel about yourself. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. You remake yourself. I mean, we do it all the time for outside reasons, world reasons that are related to how we interact with the outside world. But to do it for your own personal spiritual benefit and enlightenment, to me, is far more important than doing it for a job, for a movie, for a modeling career, for a music career, for a promotion, to become something you're not. You can do that for 90 days, and then you revert to who you really are. But if the change is inside, if the change is genuinely inside, then it's a permanent shift, and then you are, and you're good to go. And then you're good to go.
We've got 3 questions, all in a row. Any news on the dinar RV? Anything on the currency reset? And will we go back to the gold-backed dollar? And if so, when?
Okay. Well, the latest rumor regarding the dinar is that it's being traded on the Forex behind the screens. The latest rumor is that it's going to be released or go live somewhere around $4.85 to $7.71. Now, at the time we invaded Iraq, when Hussein was its tyrant, the Iraqi dinar was $3.49 US. One dinar was worth $3.49 US. A lot of people don't know that. Saddam Hussein was going to go to a gold standard with the dinar. Libya, Muammar Gaddafi was going to do the same thing in Libya. And the cabal took those two guys out and completely hurt those countries and the citizens within, all to maintain power. So, yes, we're going to be going back to an asset-backed gold standard. I don't know if every country can do a gold standard. It could be that the G20 is going to be on a gold standard, and some of the other countries are going to be on an asset-backed. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. Now, whether or not the United States has the gold, according to the Q group, we do. We do have the gold. But we're not having to we're not going to have to back $42 trillion in debt and 160 trillion of obligations, because there's going to be a jubilee. Every debt's going to be wiped clean and we start from zero. That doesn't mean benefits go away. That's not what it means. But most of us who have real common sense, when you hold silver, you hold gold, or you have something of real value in diamonds, jewelry, we think that's an asset, okay? Because it is, it's real. The banks, however, specifically the central banks, they looked at all this debt as an asset. Okay? So wrap your head around that. So the 42 trillion that we owed the Federal Reserve was an asset for them because they had all this control over us because we owed them the money. And that's how they looked at it, as an asset. We looked at it as a burden, as something completely unsustainable and smothering this incredible country. Well, fortunately, the White Hat saw it that way as well. And that's all going to be fixed, because you have to get rid of the old system completely. It was an abomination. Some people benefited through it. Most did not. But it was controlling, manipulative, and it wasn't genuine at all. That's why we had wars. It was over debt. Couldn't pay your debt? Fine, we're going to invade your country. We're going to take what we feel is ours. And if you don't think bankers were behind all these wars, you need to study history. It was always about the money. Okay? It was always about the money. So, and I think the last question was, when will the reset happen? Like I told you earlier, I thought it would have happened already. But I know that they're working on it. And I hope it's soon. I really, really do. Here in the United States, our government's fiscal year is October 1. That's when everything resets. The calendar resets everything. I cannot imagine that they would not hit that target date. I just can't imagine they won't hit that target date. Because the administration and the White Hats have been working on this since he was sworn in. So, and I know a lot of progress has been made. There are a lot of agreements with China, Russia, Europe that have nothing to do with trade. There's a lot going on. And I want you to know everyone's on the same page. They really are. They're all on the same page here. Thomas Paine once said, "How is it that an island can rule a continent?" How is it that one bank can rule the world and everyone on it? Right?
Was the concept of reincarnation removed from the Bible, or is it still in the Bible but hidden somehow?
It was removed somewhere between 590 and 614 AD. And it was removed on purpose. You have to understand that, what's also interesting about, let's deal with the reincarnation thing first. Is the Old Testament is a series of books of stories and legends that belong to many other races and cultures that were not Hebrew. They borrowed the stories. Fact. Now, as far as the New Testament goes, many of the original teachings of Christianity were absolutely identical to Buddhism. Okay? What's also interesting is that there was no teaching of crucifixion, resurrection, any of that until 615 AD. That's when the church suddenly, miraculously began teaching all of that story. Fact. Now, what does it mean? I'll leave that to your own interpretation. But those are historical facts. Those are historical facts. And one day we will know exactly what it really was. I know we will. So up until that point, and we find out for sure what happened, I believe in a higher power. I absolutely know that there's a creator, Great Spirit, Holy Spirit. Have absolutely no doubt of that. But my mind is my church. Nature is my church. And my heart is my temple. And I share that with the Creator. And that's how I walk. That's literally how I walk. Until otherwise, that's how I walk. Okay? I don't know the real story. And if I did, I don't know that I would say it. I have said, and I am on the record as saying, that the Biblical Jesus in the New Testament is a composite character. I absolutely stand behind that. But who the man truly was, I don't know. I don't believe the church even knows. You know, they were so busy creating a government and a state religion. I think they forgot. They also forgot the tenets that they were preaching to everyone about how to live and how to treat others. Because they did just the opposite. You know, they burned women, had all these holy wars, abused children, etc., etc., etc. Created a banking empire that was corrupt, is corrupt. You know, it's a government. The Catholic Church is a government. I don't mean to offend anybody, but if you actually really look at it, that's what it is. So, I worship God in my own way. And until I get that 2x4 on the side of my head that says, it ain't right, that's how I'm going. That's how I'm going. So, and I haven't gotten the 2x4 yet. At least not by her. Okay? The A's think that if we were to give gender to a god, it would be a woman. It would be a feminine principle. I don't have a problem with that either. I really don't. So, just watch my back. That's what I keep asking. Just watch my back, please.
You were given a deep breathing exercise in order for your body to make the most of the new energies hitting the planet. What is it about higher levels of oxygen in the blood that help us adapt? Do you think oxygen supplements could help too? What was this?
Yeah.
So for me, what was the deep breathing exercise?
I do take a supplement. I myself do, because of what happened, last year with my heart. I take a nitric oxide supplement, which helps a lot, and I've learned to measure it so that I don't turn beet red. Okay, walk like an Indian. But to simplify it is I will take 3 very deep breaths, and then I will hold the last one, and I do this as I'm walking. And then when I let go of the 3rd deep breath, I release it very, very slowly. And I say the words, I am at one with all. And I see the breath. As I'm releasing the breath, I'm saying the words, I am at one with all. And I am seeing my breath go directly to the Creator. Through the dimensions, I see the dimensions in my mind, and my breath goes right to the Creator. I am at one with all. And I will do this for 15 to 20 minutes every single day. And it's good. It's good. You should try it. It's focused intention. Your breath is like a prayer. When you pray, and I'm not talking about just repeating the same thing over and over again. What I'm saying is when you pray, when you use your words, when you communicate your deepest self to the universe, of which you are absolutely a complete part of, you send out a resonance. Okay, your consciousness, you create a frequency that permeates everything. It goes everywhere. It doesn't stay here in third density. Not at all. It goes straight to the top. And the more you're aware of that, the more you connect to that which is at the top. Because we have been conditioned to narrow our focus to this. This right here, for almost everyone on this planet, is survival. This is what we're operating with, this much focus, when in fact, it's completely unlimited. Test the exercise for yourself. That's all I can tell you. Okay, that's what I was given, and it works real good for me. It does. I mean, I still have a sense of humor after all the shit I've been through doing this kind of work and just everything else. I still have a sense of humor, so you know it works. It works for me anyway. Okay.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.